Someone somewhere suggested, I don't know, a few weeks ago that I would have a different impression of the actor who played Tommy Lee Royce in Happy Valley. I think, is it James Morton? I might be wrong because I don't really follow actors and actresses. I might have a different impression if I saw him in Bridgerton. Um, and I don't watch Bridgerton or Downton Abbey, or I'm not into costume drama. Um, but I thought, okay, I'll go and have a look. And I found it on Netflix, and I watched um, I watched the first episode, and I can't watch any more. And I know that he wasn't in that first episode. I can't watch any more. And I've said it before about other programs or Mark's or stuff Mark watches on television. Everything nowadays is so polished. Everybody is wearing new clothes. It's just not real, and I can't see beyond that. And I was looking and thinking, I don't know what house it was, but the big house, had got wisteria all across the front. But the wisteria was flowering whatever the season, which is absolute bollocks. Um, and I think I just feel irritated that that attention to detail, that attention to, oh, wisteria only flowers during this period, or their costumes wouldn't look like that. The poor people would not be walking around in new clothes. Um, there's lots of other things wrong with Bridgerton, which I won't go into because I don't understand enough about. There's been a whole discussion online about the amount of people of colour in it. I really like seeing in all of our program, not our programming, but when I watch stuff on the telly, which is mainly from the UK, I like seeing a much larger. Um, I like seeing that people of colour are more represented nowadays in um, what we see on television, but they just looked so out of place in a costume drama set in the levels, in the level that they were at. And I'm not going to say any more. There's lots of discussion on Google. You can watch that or read that because it's quite convoluted. But it just really, I really find it hard to watch stuff like that when it's not historically correct. And I think my problem is, being an old, moany old, bitter old, twisted bitch, is that I'm looking at it from that perspective and looking at it from my memory of when I would watch something on TV as a younger person, as a young adult. And what you saw was more realistic. The people that were producing it and directing it had more knowledge about how it should look, and had more depth of knowledge about history and how it should look, and continuity and all of that stuff. And I just feel that what we've got nowadays is um, bling, people giving you bling. And I know that makes me a bitter old bitch, but I don't care. It's like, I can't watch that crap. I just can't. I can't see beyond the 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 shiny, glittery, colourful, not real stuff. I am a realist, and we know that. And this just is unreal, and I can't watch stuff like that. So I can't see what character he played and whether that would change my mind about him. And it doesn't matter whether I change my mind about him or not. Maybe one day I will. But for the moment, it's going to have to work another way because I can't do it that way. I think that was all I was going to say about that. That went really quickly because it's something that sort of bubbles around in my head for over periods of time. I think, I'm going to talk about that. I'll talk about that. But I think that's it, really. It's wet and windy, as promised, which is nice. It's really important. We've just been down and done some chicken bothering. I've decided to keep them quite restricted today because they're laying eggs away from home. Well, not away from home because they can't really get out away from home, but they're laying eggs. Typically, you provide them with all that straw and you provide them with comfort, and then they go and lay eggs under a fallen branch. So I found 4 eggs last night, and so they're closed into the small outer run where they've only got access to that run where they never lay eggs in there, or inside where all the straw is and where they've got plenty of opportunities to lay eggs in there. So we've done that today. We're taking the food out at the moment at night because we've got a mouse problem. Before we cleaned up the other day, all along the window ledge in there was full of mouse poo. And then when I looked, all around the feeder was mouse poo. Because when we go down there, it's half light. When we go down to put them away, it's half light. You don't really notice. When you go down there and you've got your torch on to put them away, and you're looking, you can see all the mouse poo. So we're taking the food away at night because there's no room to put it in the dustbin. Normally we're able to slip it down into the dustbin and put the lid on it. So we're taking that away at night, trying to get rid of the mice. So that's that. We both have a cardiology appointment this afternoon to, I think, probably just for a scan and an ECG. Mark had 1 year ago because he's got a very tiny leak that can be heard. It can be heard through a stethoscope. So he had that checked out and that was fine. I don't know why we're having the cardiology appointments. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting months. It took months for us to be able to get an appointment. There is a real shortage now here of cardiologists. I had an appointment postponed again the other day for some sort of vascular check, which is a Doppler thing, I think. Again, because there's a shortage of the people that can do that. So we got that this afternoon, and then I've got art tomorrow, and then that's it really till we start moving upstairs. It was a lovely comment. I'm gonna read it to you because it made me laugh, and I haven't responded to it. I can't be bothered. But it's on my gaslighting blog, and it's from someone called Maureen. I'm sure Maureen's probably my age by her language. Oh, for goodness sake, you're not a professional mental health nurse or doctor. You're only speaking about your life experiences. It should be thing, it's just next think is what is the name is gaslighting. Is this some new stupid name? Just say what you all mean instead of some new idiot terminology. It's like, I mean, that's not gaslighting. That's completely denying my history. It's completely wanting to deny my truth, wanting to deny my education, wanting to deny my profession that I have retired from. It's just so funny. And no disrespect for 70, 80-year-olds, but that does sound like a 70, 80-year-old, doesn't it? If she's younger than that, I feel very sad. Very sad. And I hope she hasn't got children. She probably has. Anyway, enough of that. I'm not going to say any more because I'm not going to say any more. That's it for today. This is my second coffee. It's only a single because we're going out this afternoon. I have to be careful how much. I really like the doubles that I get dealt from that machine. They're really, really yummy. But I thought I'd better tone it down until later. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day.